morning. Good morning. And it is a really, really good morning. Unfortunately, this is my last Golden Palm. It won't be your last, because I'm sure your next administrator will appreciate the extra effort you do every single day, and then those that go above and beyond excellence in their job. Because I've grown over the years to expect excellence in your job every single day, every day. So I'm not awarding you for being excellent at your job. I'm awarding you for being over and above and looking out for the overall good of our community. But before we get started, I'm going to have Jen Jackson come up and do some housekeeping measures. Jen?
Good morning. Yay! Everyone can sit down if you want. Firefighters always hang out back there or there. So for those of you, congratulations, who are winners. We are going to have you have your program, you can kind of follow along. And as one group comes up and takes a photo with the sample Golden Palm, you will get a real one. There was an expedited timeline. Yeah. Anyway, so if you want to come this way, raise your hand, Bobby Joe and Brandon. They will give you your certificates. You will then come up as Ms. Baker finishes reading about how you were above and beyond, and you will come on up and take a photo with her. And then I'll probably be bossy and say, take off your hats, your sunglasses, your badges, all of those things. But now and now, here we go, Ms. Baker, you're on.
All right. This is a happy day. This year marks the 29th year of our Golden Palms. It was started by my predecessor, Mr. Bob Weissman, who I think the world of. He has been my mentor throughout my career. And I still call him periodically to say, what did you leave me with? But he's done an excellent job, not only as our county administrator, but he also still works in the community. And so we love this community, so we will always be here. He started Golden Palms in 1994 to recognize county employees for their individual or group achievements. I received 3 awards prior to becoming the county administrator. So after you become the county administrator, people expect you to go above and beyond, so you don't get a Golden Palm. But before I retired next week, it was important for me to complete this process. And your deputy and assistant county administrators pushed me hard to make sure that this happened. And of course, it flows downhill, and so public affairs was pushed diligently, but gently, to make sure that it happened. And let's give them a round of applause. You all deserve to be recognized, and I wanted to do it going out the door, because you have been nothing but supportive throughout my career. And that's even before becoming the county administrator. A lot of you I grew up with, some of you I watched grow, and I know that you will continue to serve this community with great dignity and respect, that you will do what your job requires you to do. And yes, go above and beyond. And if not, I will be calling you. As you well know, our employees nominate each other for Golden Palms. And your managers go through it, your supervisor, then your director signs off on them. They know that I'm very critical on what comes and is identified as going above and beyond. So not everything that comes to their desk makes it to me. and the assistants and the deputies also sign off on it. Doesn't mean it was not worthy, but we're trying to take the best of the best. So department heads are encouraged to give incentives for the additional work people put in and recognize them, because we all like recognition every now and then. So just because you didn't make it to this point, or people didn't make it to this point, does not mean their work goes unnoticed. It is noticed. And so I rely on my department heads to give them some type of incentive, whether it's a half a day off, full day off. That is up to the department head. More than 80 members of Team PBC have earned Golden Palms this year. So congratulations. I'm going to go through this, and let me give a special thank you to the family members that are here to support their loved ones who are receiving Golden Palms. Thank you for coming. So let's get this party started. Airports. This is PBI Travel Plaza Roundabout Beautification Project. You know, people judge you before they even see you. So if your yard's not clean, if your yard is well manicured, you've got beautiful plantings there, they just assume there's beautiful people living there. So we want people, when they drive to our airport, to know that we've got the best airport there is. And we actually have national awards to recognize that. Laura Beebe, thank you. Stand up, Laura. Laura is our airport director. She leads us in the right direction. She stepped into an area that we needed to shore up like immediately, and she's done that with her team. But this particular team, thank you, Laura, identified poor soil quality and couldn't keep good public work crews chief from the Department of Airports from making things bloom. Your innovation, teamwork, cost-effective solution, and drought-resistant plants saved the county more than $20,000 and enhanced the beauty of a roundabout at Palm Beach International Airports. This was an area where plants kept dying. We had to keep replacing them, and that supervisor wondered what was going on here. It was actually poor soil quality. And so they dug those plants up, they put in different type of soil, put in more Florida native plants, and it's booming. And we're saving funding as a result of it. That is what I call above and beyond. They actually, if I remember correctly, put a bid out, but they did a better job as far as cost was concerned and did it themselves. So let's give them a round of applause and come on up. I'm gonna ask Danny Villalobos to come up, Mario Ivan Armas, and Gernaldo Jackson, John Shop, and Prophet Sin Luis. All right, thank you. I'm gonna slide, where do you want me? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Community service. I can't say enough about community service. A lot of these departments, when I came into the county, I started as a budget analyst and I had their departments. So I learned a lot about the county, where dollars come in, where they go out, and for what reason. Community service is what I call our safety net department. Because at one point, but for God's grace, we would all need the safety net. And sometimes people need it. And I'm very proud to say that Palm Beach County recognizes this. Our Board of County Commissioners have supported us in making sure we have funding so that we can assist those that are much less fortunate. So this is about House Bill 1365 and Palm Beach County's homeless population. When this bill passed, this bill prohibited unauthorized public camping and sleeping in our public areas. And as you'll recall, when COVID hit us, we had a number of homeless people within some of our parks. This assisted us in getting them out of parks, into hotels, into apartment complexes where we had built the Smart Landlord program, where we would guarantee rent up to a certain amount and for a certain period of time to put people in, wrap social services around them, and then get them back on their feet and moving along. Get them out of their cars with their kids, because children can't learn if they don't know where they're gonna lay their heads and eat. They can't. They are like little adults and they worry. They may not say that to the parent, but that's what they worry about. They sleep in school and they're hungry. So we worked well with our school district to make sure that our kids eat. We send backpacks home on the weekend. And I remember this story, this one kid didn't take the backpack, so they wonder why. And he said, it's not enough for my whole family. So he wouldn't take it. So then they started packing enough for the family. And so we here in Palm Beach County have a heart. And I'm hoping that heart continues to beat long after I'm gone. But this particular bill, when the state passed the bill, community service went to work on educating the public. We held 2 town halls that were successful, hosted hundreds of people, and provided information about our current county resources and services. And for that, I say a huge thank you to Maria Bond, Wendy Tippett, Dr. James E. Green, Tammy Fields, and Taruna Mahaltri for leading the way in community engagement. And for our hot team that's not here, for all of the community service employees that play a role in getting this done, because none of us can do this alone. It takes all of us to move us forward. So kudos to all of you that are out there listening. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. Thank you. Come on down. Don't you start with me. Thank you. Okay. Well, since you're in the middle, you hold that. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This next award is being presented to a team of people in engineering and public works. Due to their great and fast thinking and all their expertise, we were able to prevent a catastrophic disaster. If you'll recall, we were rebuilding the bridge on 6th Avenue. Concrete had been poured to kind of open, and they noticed something wasn't right. And thanks to them, the consistency of the concrete wasn't what it should have been. And had we opened that, we would have been in big trouble. But their quick thinking identified and uncovered hidden hazards on 6th Avenue Bridge Replacement Project. Their attention to detail ensured after the fact that the project was safe and sound and delivered vital infrastructure on time and highlighted public safety. So your job sometime is to monitor what our contractors do. That's your job. And when it's not right, don't hesitate to point it out, because they save a lot of lives. We could have had a very disastrous impact. Plus the fact it was The bridge was also named after George Webb, our prior former engineer. So that would have been really, really horrible. So I want to thank them all for their work. Christopher Little, John Drivas, Carlos Borge, and Albert Hoffman. Thank you. I won't bite this one. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm getting my steps in. Another job well done, excellence in public service. As a sole operator of the Menzie Muck, or I call it the Engineering Public Works spider equipment. It has all these legs all over the place. This person has maintained more than 8 miles of drainage ditches and saved the county about 34% in vendor costs on an annual basis. Additionally, John is dedicated, possesses technical skills, is a leader, and participates in community outreach. So I'd like to ask John Yock to come join me. This next project is near and dear to me and kept me up many nights. Okay? This is for the half-mile road at Atlantic Avenue intersection construction. This team demonstrated exceptional leadership and collaboration for accelerating the design of half-mile road intersection with the Florida Department of Transportation's Atlantic Avenue widening project. Your fast-tracked efforts expedited the construction time and saved the county almost $400,000. So I'd like to call up Sandra Ospina. Thank you for all your work. Very much. And I really love this one because your CEO cannot think of every single thing. I have a lot of things going on, juggling, et cetera. And so I empower my team. You see something that needs to be done, come up with a plan, let's do it. This particular group did, from shortages to solutions, connecting talent with opportunity through interdepartmental job fairs. And if I can recall, this was the first interdepartmental job fair this county has had, and I am hoping that it continues. Engineering and Public Works, Parks and Recreation, Water Utilities combined forces, cross departments, and held a joint job fair. This creative and collaborative approach increased job fair attendance, filled critical county roles, and saved county resources. This team strengthened the county's infrastructure from the ground up, literally. So I'd like to call up April Corris, Jackie Hernandez, Danielle Poleski, Kenny Rampersad, Christopher Koblat, George LaCosta, Jillian C. Ryan, Beth Motionbacker, all right, and Resham Prasad Khan. George LaCosta, where are you? I have to tell you a story about George. We're in the EOC, storms looming down on us. Whatever could go wrong was starting to go wrong. He looks at me and he says, "What do you need, Miss Baker? You know, I'll run through a wall for you." Those are the kinds of things that teammates do when you really, really need them. So George, forever, thank you.
George made something special for you. If you didn't know, on behalf of all of Team PBC, we did something this past week in a Palm Beach County park, naming a pavilion after Miss Baker. So in Ocean Reef Park, please come visit her pavilion, and that's for her.
Sorry, in so much trouble. All right, thank you. That is beautiful.
That's Christine.
Thank you. You did the other one too. Thank you. I'm stuck. I'll take that from you.
All right.
Too late. This next one, FDEP Resilient Florida Grant Award for Prosperity Farms Road over C-17 bridge replacement. These individuals secured a $4 million grant from DEP. It was from the Resilient Florida program. They showed that working together is a commitment to the community. This collaboration by members of Engineering and Public Works and the Office of Resiliency is preserving county infrastructure against sea level rise. Yes, there is sea level rise, and it's coming. And so we are planning ahead. We have been for a couple of decades now, and it's becoming more imminent. So as we address new projects, old projects that we're doing replacement and renewal, we're taking that into consideration, that the sea level is rising. So we're raising our bridges, we're raising our roadways, or we're putting in the proper drainage in order to make sure things are draining well. These two individuals, in addition to their daily workload, they went after a grant and they secured $4 million, which saved our taxpayers those dollars. And that's Kathleen O'Farrell and Natalie Frenberg. And while they're coming up, I want you to know Natalie has served us well, but she is also leaving. And she is going to Portland, Oregon. Lucky Portland, that's all I can say. But if you get out there and don't like the cold weather, because it's very cold, you come right on back. Okay. This next person I want to recognize because they've been with Palm Beach County for nearly 40 years. 40, 4-0. And has seen a lot of changes in our county and our fleet. And he works for Palm Beach County Fleet, excellence in manages the maintenance and repairs of more than 1,500 county vehicles and 3,000 vehicle work orders on an annual basis. Mario is also instrumental in the county's 20+ million annual vehicle replacement plan. He is a leader and a mentor while keeping the fleet team running strong. Mario Duran, come on up. This one really hit me close to home. And these first couple of words, I didn't come up with them. So if you think they're corny, it wasn't me. This is about our temporary chiller project. And this is our facilities management division. You are a cool crew. Chiller, cool, okay. You turn what was slated to be scrap into a cool solution by repurposing a chiller during major air conditioning outages. This is called innovation, in my words. Where you could have easily put it on the trash pile, we had to order a whole new chiller. That's not what you did. You decided that you were going to renovate this, build something on a temporary basis so that when one building goes down, you roll it to that building, hook it up, they've got air conditioning until we can fix it. Your solution is saving the county up to $10,000 each month. Congratulations on your creativity and innovation. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'd like to call up Carlos Azurdi, and I know I murdered that, so please forgive me. Helmut Montano, Alex Valdez, and Chuck Woody. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. You know, I always say we're so busy doing our job that we don't necessarily focus on telling people what we're actually doing and reminding the community, because if they're not impacted on a personal basis, they go about their business, they're happy. But we're going to continue to refine how we market Palm Beach County and keep our residents informed on what we're doing with their dollars. This particular team gave Palm Beach County Fire Rescue a facelift for their fleet. The outdated and flawed graphics were replaced with bold, modern graphics to reflect the department's excellence. All of the hard work paid off, and now everyone can see Palm Beach County Fire Rescue brand. And so I'd like to bring up Stephen Rains to accept this award. No, Stephen? Chief Rowley, come on up, Chief. Oh, okay, they did put him up. Okay. They had it scratched out of my book. This next one is for advancing fire rescue through grant awards. I'd like to ask Captain Roberto McCausland to come up and join me. In addition to his excellent service on a day-to-day basis, he has turned grant writing into a firefighter power. I really didn't come up with all of this. Having more than $300,000 in grant money allowed for critical equipment and boosted operational capabilities without tapping into fire rescue funds. In turn, this has strengthened the department. So I'd like to, again, thank you for going above and beyond your day-to-day excellence for fire rescue. Great, how are you? Ready? Okay. You know how sometimes I go home, well, most of you don't know this, but department heads do. I go home and I come back the next morning and I said, guess what we're gonna do? And they look, oh my God, here she comes. Well, this is one of them. When the board, we've always worked on affordable housing in our county since I know 2000 when I started in administration. And we've gone from incentives for building affordable housing to incentives for workforce housing, still providing some incentive for affordable housing. And then we took a $200 million bond issuance ballot question to the voters. The voters approved it. And so one of the things people kept saying, well, where are these units? Where are these units? And I said, you know what? We need something on our paid webpage that people can go in and find out where these units are. So we came up with the first Palm Beach County housing dashboard. So if you go to our site, click on the housing banner, it'll pull that dashboard up. It shows you where we've invested in housing. When we invest in housing, for our apartment complexes, actually it's 30 years, and now we've gone to 50, that they must stay restricted to the affordable workforce housing categories. For our single family ownership, then those are less, those are 15 years. And we may be looking at a little bit more in the future. But because I came up with this, staff worked together, Housing and Economic Development, and they created a visual component for those looking for workforce and affordable housing. This tool makes housing information in the unincorporated portions of the county or municipalities that partner with us to put their information in. It makes this information accessible with up-to-date information. So I'd like to call Scott Sereno up. Congratulations on this innovative. I talked about the $200 million that the voters voted to approve. Well, once you get it in, you got to come up with the nitty-gritty details, as you know. So this is recognizing some of the individuals that participated heavily in this particular mission. This group fast-tracked its development of housing bond loan program and helped bring $83 million in housing bond funding to life with 1,222 new housing units. Their rapid and strategic deployment of these dollars directly addressed the critical need for housing. The work done is an example of public service with a meaningful impact. Two of them can't join us today, but I'd like to call up Carlos Sereno, who was recently promoted to Deputy Housing and Community Economic Development Director. And we all know that our assistants are really the ones running the joint. So I'd like to recognize Carmen Cepeda. Thank you. Oops. Thank you. Been a while. We all know that we are now all essential employees, because when disasters happen, no one wants to hear, I can't open a shelter because American Red Cross can't assist us or others voluntarily can't assist us. It is up to us to provide services to our residents during disasters. And you have stepped to the plate. I listened when we first started this because I did not have a crystal ball to figure out how to make this work immediately perfectly. But you did not hesitate to share your thoughts and dreams with me. And this is one strong leader that I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because she was a strong shelter team. She knows that a strong shelter team is critical during a disaster. Using her years of sheltering experience, she invested more than 50 hours of her own time to compile vital response materials. This new shelter team leader resource guide was printed and distributed before Hurricane Milton. It proved essential during the storm. Alicia Gara. You are an invaluable asset to Team PBC. Thank you for your leadership and your thoughtfulness.
Good morning, Virginia. I'd like to just take a moment on behalf of libraries, and Todd gave us permission to do this. So
You know, he doesn't become interim until June 1st.
You'll have to speak to him about that. But we want to thank you for your support for the Palm Beach County Library System. As you mentioned, you started your career as a budget analyst overseeing the library budget under then Director Jerry Brownlee. And I know from working with you for the past 10 years, your great support for libraries has shone through every year. So what we wanted to honor you with is something you'll be able to carry with you in your spare time now that you'll be able to come and visit the library. We have for you a golden library card. And this is the larger version of it that you can put up to thank you, actually, for the photo shoot here. So thank you very much for all your support for libraries.
Got more than enough. This next award is a surprise. Yes, I do get to do that as well. Jennifer Cirillo, a leader who values history. Jennifer is a woman who knows about basketball, parks, and recreation. However, she also knows and values history. Jennifer has been a leader in every aspect, and I thank you for that because you have been that extra arm we needed in administration. So thank you for all that you do and have done for us in our county. Your thoughtful stewardship of the past and your powerful role in Palm Beach County Community Remembrance Coalition ensure dignity and dialogue for the unforeseeable future. Jennifer did a lot of research. We had 2 hangings in our county. And someone went to Montgomery, Alabama, found this out, and they started calling around to tell us that we had to. Jennifer did a lot of research, and she worked with the Remembrance Coalition, which Dorrit was the Assistant County Administrator over Parks at the time, Dorrit Miller. She retired on us. But she's still a force on this committee as well. But Jennifer did the research and found out exactly where it happened, the locations, et cetera, and she spearheaded it from the county side. She also helped us collect the soil because part of the remembrance is you must collect the soil in those places and take it back to Montgomery because that's the headquarters. And she was instrumental in helping us achieve that goal. We have 1 more left, and then we will have completed that process. Jennifer, please come up. Gotcha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got you. I got even. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize Tammy Fields. Tammy, stand up because you were instrumental in this as well. Talmadge, stand up. Talmadge was also. Commissioner Bernard and Commissioner Weiss was also working with us on this. So we recruited a number of folks to come take part, and we had a number of community leaders also involved in the process. But Jennifer was the spearhead of it. So thank you very much, along with Dorrit. Innovative community impact sign design. We talked a little bit about the Florida Housing Bill 1365, which made it a law for people not to sleep in public places. We already had that program in place before the state came up with it. We're always ahead. But we also made signs, not only to tell people they couldn't sleep in these public places, but put a phone number so they could call for help, that we could provide some assistance to them. And the person that created this sign is Christina Kano. And she did this without us necessarily telling her specifically what to put on the signs. So thank you for your creativity, your innovation. While it is state law, they're using our sign as a model throughout the state. So other counties are mimicking the sign we put up, and they're putting it within their parks so that they would know, the people would know who to call. So again, I want to congratulate Christina and invite her down. Thank you. Schools and Pools program, Gove Elementary, Belle Glade. I think we all remember the horrific drownings in Belle Glade. We had two little twins, two brothers that drowned, and then we had another autistic kid that drowned. And so it is critically important that we provide free swimming lessons to our children. Because we're surrounded by water. We got more pools than anybody, we got more pools than houses. So we want to make sure that our kids can swim. As a result of the disaster occurring in Belle Glade, this group from Parks and Rec brought life-saving swim lessons to more than 150 students, including dozens with special needs in a region with high drowning rates. Volunteering their time, commuting an hour and a half multiple times a week is true dedication and exemplifies the true Team PBC spirit. So I'd like to invite these individuals up. This is above and beyond their normal excellence duty that we require. They took the time out to go ensure these kids had swim lessons. And that's James R. Davis, Victoria Bennett, Michael Van Goodwin II, and Alicia Murphy. Come on up. Thank you. This next one is for exceptional, long-term, excellent, above and beyond job performance. Bonnie White LeMay. Bonnie, your leadership and vision for more than 30 years have taken Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens to a new height. Your influence partnership has blossomed into global media coverage. This is media coverage we don't have to pay for. Impressions, millions of impressions, national accreditation, and annual attendance of more than 250,000 making Murakami a cultural jewel. Thank you for what you do, and a special thank you for from Women of Tomorrow, because that's exactly where we used to bring our senior girls that we mentored for their annual field trip. They live in Palm Beach County, but they had never been to the Murakami. And so I'm hoping that all of us that work with our kids, our youth in our community, that we start to share all the jewels that we have here in Palm Beach County with them. Come on up, Bob. Oh, come back, Bonnie.
So, on behalf of the Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens, we will bestow on you a lifetime membership award so that you can come visit us, have lunch with us, walk the gardens, and see our ever-changing exhibits. We love you.
And I do have to claim the value of that because it exceeds $100. This seems to be Parks' year. This next one, again, goes above and beyond excellence in your job. This is the Ocean Reef Sailboat Rescue. I think some of us, if not all, had heard of this particular life-saving feat that our staff, our team members performed. It was at Carlin Park. It was setting for swift, heroic rescue when a 40-foot sailboat ran aground. 2 individuals were in grave danger when the Mayday call and became a miracle in dangerous surf. Palm Beach County well-trained ocean rescue went into action. And when seconds counted, they were able to save lives. And that's exactly what we want in our community. So I want to bring up Brian J. Sprinkle, Joshua Davis, Louis T. Knitsch, and I can't read that far. The 3 others are not able to join us today, but we'd like to thank them. Thank you. Okay, this is the last one for Parks and Rec. But it's critical. It's Where You Belong onboarding orientation program. So as a seasoned individual start to slowly move out, we're bringing new people on. And as we bring them on, we're learning we've got to do a better job at training, right? So we can maximize their time and our investment. This next group, Parks and Rec Onboarding Orientation Team, developed and launched a department-wide program to set up for new employees for long-term success. Complete with a centralized SharePoint site, this in-house developed training not only saved money and time, but also used the experts within Parks and Rec current employees to create the program. And as you know, coming on a new as a new employee, sometimes you just get thrown into the fire without any training. And if you come out on the other end, we get to keep you, right? Well, we're going to give you a little bit more as we continue to grow. And this program has been so successful, we're going to share this program throughout the county, just as we've done in other programs. As we refine and sharpen our tools, we put it in the toolbox so others can use it. So I'd like to bring up Rebecca Sherman, Kathy Austin, Haley Morin, Jamila St. Just, Tevin Ali, Jennifer Mahoney, and Paul D. Connolly. Slip right in here between them. Thank you. Come on, you gotta go this way. FEMA. Kudos for making FEMA designated flood zone information into a platform that residents and businesses can easily access with just a few clicks. This team realized how important it was for people to discover if their property was in a flood zone after the FEMA updated its map. I can tell you from personal experience, our staff takes this very seriously because it impacts every one of us as homeowners. And so we do go back and forth with FEMA on whether something should be included in a flood zone or not. So they don't just get to tell us this is it. We have our data, we fly radar, and we know what floods, what doesn't flood, et cetera. So we do give them good data to reconsider some of their decisions, and they have. So they don't always do what we think they should, but at least they make modifications. So it has saved us significant dollars in our county when it comes to these maps. I'd like to call up Jacqueline Anderson, Nehab Patel, Emily Gabrielle Hernandez, and Regina Hagar. Hi there. How are you? Jennifer, how are you? Slip in here. Oh, okay. Congratulations. We'll have a new little Team PBC member in this week. Going above and beyond. This person's can-do attitude, positive approach, and dedication to Code Compliance Division is what Team PBC is all about. Elaine Rivas, come on up. Elaine stepped in and stepped up when a colleague had to extend leave and kept things going without missing a beat. She not only served in her role, but the person that was on leave. And she kept the department going. So for that, I say thank you very much. Did Doug come in? Okay. We talked about the FEMA flood map, but as I said, we do a lot of work and our heads are down. We just keep the ship moving. But we are also working on doing more outreach, making sure people know what we're doing. And in this particular case, because FEMA flood zone maps were so important to all of us, there was an outreach campaign performed. It was fast, focused, public outreach made our FEMA flood zone updates accessible and understandable to our public. 3 public meetings at locations across the county brought up-to-date information from FEMA and insurance industry representatives to 16,000 residents that came out. We did all of this in 30 to 45 days. And I'd like to, first of all, I don't believe he's here, but I will be remiss if I didn't point him out, and that is Doug Weiss. Doug is our building official. He's licensed, and he will not sacrifice his license, nor will I ever ask him. He has done a tremendous job for us over the years. He is retiring in July, so Doug, if you hear me, thank you for all your years of service, your plain talk, and your demeanor to get things done. So I'm going to bring up Sean Bamford, Paul Ferguson-Linton, and Lucia was not able to join us today either. This next one, as I talked about, because our community is changing, our boards are changing, and so it is important for us to continuously review what we're doing, make the tweaks and changes that we need to make it better. And in this particular case, I took the expert of someone who had worked on the 12th floor because they know what they need on the 12th floor. We guess what they need and provide them with the basic information, et cetera. But this particular person worked for District 6, and she came to us. She came over to our side of the table, and she had good suggestions. And I said, you know what, that's great. You take it, run with it, fix it. And she did. And she did a very thorough and unique job on the new onboarding orientation for commissioners and their staff. Kelly Burke took her experience as a former commission aide and put together a first of its kind onboarding program for newly elected commissioners and their staff. We always did an onboarding for commissioners, but with her expertise, we were able to add a number of other things that, because we didn't work on the 12th floor, we didn't work for new people coming in, we had no idea. But she was instrumental in making this happen. This guide covered topics such as the county charter, agenda, and budget processes, sunshine laws, and commissioners' roles and responsibility. Kelly, your vision informed and connected new leaders from the beginning, and they are talking about it, so thank you. exceptional cross-departmental support. That's within the department. In true Team PBC fashion, Alan Minha and Jamie Zinsen, come on up, from public safety stepped up and stepped in to assist the medical examiner's office during a critical time. These two fiscal specialists handle requisition processing, invoice payments, and train the new staff. They provided great care and steady leadership in their own departmental liaison. So I want to thank you both for that, because it would not have been good if the medical examiner didn't have equipment to work with. So thank you very much for that support above and beyond. This is another exceptional cross-departmental support. Gwendolyn Lovett used her experience with big cats to design a mobile cage for safe handling and transporting reported dangerous dogs to animal care and control shelter. The roll cage raised the bar by ensuring safety for staff and animal welfare, working with vendors, veterinarians, and staff to refine every detail of this cage is very, very impressive, above and beyond. Come on up. This next one is near and dear to my heart, and that's the process change net savings in sludge production and hauling. Near and dear, because it's not in the street. A data-driven strategy about sludge improved efficiency by taking its 0.5 million gallons daily conventional activated sludge system offline and operating solely with the 0.7 MGD Walker Process Package Plant. So they went from an old, outdated system, created a new system, and they were able to process more sludge. And by carefully adjusting solids, loading, and in optimizing treatment operations, this led to a 44.2% reduction in sludge. Over 2 years, sludge hauling has dropped by 56.1%, or at least $100,000 of cost savings on an annual basis. And that is a huge thanks to Jermaine Way and Jose Pozo. Come on up. Processing that sludge. I'm great, Harry. Come on. This next one is just highlighting the importance of leaders, our seasoned employees, in helping others. This individual, Joe Lambert, come on up, Joe. He was dependable. He has dependable leadership, mentoring, problem solving, and shaping water utilities design standards, plus his 3 decades of service. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for mentoring the new people as they come in. That's exactly what we're supposed to do. Thank you. Sharpen your suit. Thank you. We're almost done. Resilient Florida Program Grant for Capital Infrastructure. Daisy Shane, come on up. Daisy has an unmatched grant strategy. You managed to secure first and second place rankings statewide out of 143 submissions. Receiving $27 million in grant funding will elevate electrical infrastructure 3 feet above the required flood elevation, ensuring maximum flood resistance and resiliency. Daisy, thank you for safeguarding our wastewater system for the future. Thank you very much. Some of you may recall when, I think it was Commissioner Taylor, who wanted to create a whole new department solely designated to the youth of our community. Because we had various programs for youth spread throughout the departments. She wanted a department to hold accountable the needs of our youth in our community. So this department was created. But it was taken to a whole nother level. And we received national recognition for our model, sanctuary model of trauma-informed care. These co-chairs, Valerie Messina and Katie Green, come on up. Your compassionate leadership and successful implementation of the sanctuary model of trauma-informed care within Palm Beach County Youth Services Department has strengthened team dynamics and improved morale, employee morale. This model promotes nonviolence, emotional intelligence, and growth. Youth Services has became the first certified agency in Florida and received national recognition for it. Tammy Fields, why don't you join us? Because Tammy was very instrumental in making this happen. We got a new Team PBC member coming. Is it the water? This next recognition was one that I thought worthy of giving. And all of you are worthy, and your departments are worthy of this as well. But this is my team, my day-to-day people that tell me where to go, don't touch the calendar, you're double booking, you know, you have them call us, here's your coffee, or did you have coffee yet? Let's make sure you got coffee. I want to bring up my team, my close personal teams. You're all my teammates. But Palm Beach County Administration, thank you. Thank you for your hard work, support, unwavering dedication, your ability to anticipate my needs, and your commitment are exemplary. Without you, Palm Beach County would not be what it is today. No one is unnoticed. I am humbled to have such intelligent and caring public servants around me every day. I appreciate all you do, not just for me, but for this community. I know you will continue to keep the programs, services, departments, and budget all running at the top level, even as I retire. So I want to call you all up, and I'm going to stop talking. And I wanted to do this because Mr. Weissman gave me my last Golden Palm, and I want my team to have my last Golden Palm. So I'm going to call up Sherry Mosier, who's my executive assistant. I'm going to call Patrick Rutter, Deputy County Administrator, Anna, who keeps us all in line, to come up, Chief Duran, Isami Ayala Kalaza, Tawana, who's our newest victim, Todd Bunlaren, Tammy Fields, Aaron, Yvonne, let's see here. Come on down. Annie. And Teresa. Recognition. There are no dollars associated with, but lots of love. Patch, but lots of love. You're too shorty. Step out.
It's an illusion.
It's all where you stand. This is your team, and I'm leaving you in very, very capable hands. We have a county that is financially sound, so much so that businesses are moving here without incentives. They're creating jobs. They're creating jobs for your family, for your kids. And we're going to continue to move us forward. But this is the team that's helped us and prior members of administration that help us continue to move our county. These are the people that you share agenda items. They drive you crazy because I'm driving them crazy. You know, your assistants come back to you because I got questions they didn't think of that I thought of. Even though they thought it was crazy, they still went back to ask. So it takes all of us as a team to continue to move this county, which is one of the most renowned counties in the country. They do call to find out how we're doing things, okay? And so don't think your work does not go unnoticed on an everyday basis, because it is noticed. That's from the federal government, that's from FACT, Florida Association of County, from the National Association of County Members. They're calling Palm Beach County to find find out how we're doing things. So that means you are doing a fabulous job, and I do thank you from the very bottom of my heart. So please share that with your coworkers. Thank you. That ends our program.
Ms. Baker, I apologize to interrupt you, but I think there is one omission of a recognition here.
Oh, respect you
That-
here.
It's not in your book. So I've had the great fortune and honor of working one door down from Miss Baker for over 24 years. Yeah.
For you.
I know. Tell me about it. But the reality of it, and I'm going to cry through all of this, so sorry about that.
I fought it.
The reality is that, every single one of us in this room, every employee outside of this room is no less than one door away from Miss Baker. She's been there for us. She's been a rock for the employees of this county. She has fought for every single one of you. She has ushered in unprecedented opportunities for every single employee of this county, whether it's the increases in raise and cost of living, whether it's supporting us during difficult times, whether it's cheering us through some of the best times, whether it's been these recognitions, which are her baby. And I will tell you that Miss Baker fought Patrick and I tooth and nail about whether we were going to do this before she walked out the door. He and I insisted that she do it because it would have been a disservice to her to not do that. And you gave me an opportunity of a lifetime, Miss Baker. You did. To serve side by side with you and this team, and so we have a few recognitions for you. Ismi?
So I am going to share this. 2019, it was January. I was in Maryland. It was snowing. There was a lot of snow outside, and I got a call from a recruiter that said, "Want to come for an interview in Palm Beach?" So as you can imagine, I said yes. I came to an interview, and the story of the interview is a matter for another day. I will not do it today, okay? But I will say that I got a job offer about 6 years ago. I don't know what has happened since then. Everything is a blur. The administrator did not disclose that I was getting a lot of legacy projects. So I have spent almost 6 years reading a lot, watching a lot of movies and videos from BCC meetings. So sometimes I feel like I was here when script happened. I was not, but here we are. I'm saying that to say, Administrator, that I am a firm believer that life takes us where we need to be when we need to be. I am also a firm believer that we cross paths with people along the way because we're meant to grow, to learn, to be better after we cross paths. And I am thankful that I cross paths with you. And you don't see it, but now I carry a badge of honor, okay? Because when I get asked, "Oh, do you work with an administrator?" I work with the administrator. County Administrator Bertinia Baker. Has been an honor to work for you and with you. And because it has, we have a gift from you. Where's Jeff? For you. He's coming this way. This may take you as a surprise, is his brainchild. If you're ever told that there is no creativity at FDO, he's a project manager at FDO. This has been done in collaboration with Sherry, with Tammy, and I think we are all amazed by the work. We hope you like it. It's called Forever Flowers from Friends, and it has a signature of all your friends from Palm Beach County.
was this what you were trying to hide when I walked in your office unexpectedly? I'm going to get even. I only have 5 days to do it, but you know, I work in mysterious ways.
So, thank you, Isami. Wow, I've had the distinct privilege of being honored with the appointment from Ms. Baker on a couple of occasions. But interestingly, before I even came to the county, I was working for another city, and we had a very significant event occur, and all I kept hearing in the room is, we got to get to Virginia Baker. We have to get to Virginia Baker. She'll help us get through this. And sure enough, you came through with immense power and immense commitment to bringing the resources to the city to help us. So I want to say thank you for that opportunity to meet you. And then for the interview to become fire chief, I was very fortunate that she chose me over some pretty significant candidates. But then there was the next promotion. And leaving fire rescue to go to administration, first of all, who leaves fire rescue? Let's just be honest, right? And I would only leave to work for this incredible woman, this powerful woman, this force. I refer to her as the people's administrator, because I can tell you there's not many things I'll walk into her office and ask her, and she says, how's that gonna affect the entire organization? She never lost sight of every one of you. And I would see it when we would travel together, post-storms, pre-storms, and we would go to places and meet people that were doing very difficult tasks in shelters and so on and so forth. And she was determined to always get there and say thank you. I would see it whenever I walked the halls with her with fire rescue or whatever building I went into, and to see you all come up and greet her. It was like I was the celebrity with the celebrity, and I was a security guard, I suppose. But I got to tell you, you mean
I'm paid.
You mean so much. You mean so much to me. You mean so much to so many people here. I always embrace and appreciate the strength that you had, the commitment that you had. I never left your office and felt like I'm not sure what she wants from me. It was always very clear what she wanted. There is absolutely the sweetest woman in there, but is also a very strong and firm and a great advocate for you all. So I think I'm going to miss you and your commitment to the 7,000 employees so much. Really appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you, Ms. Baker.
I'm not going to be able to look at her. I probably, other than Miss Lisa D., have had the opportunity to work with you the longest. 36 of her 38 years we've worked together. We've raised our kids here. And I'll never forget that when we were working on the MWBE program for Palm Beach County, my grandmother was dying in the next room, and Virginia and Tanya came and sat at the kitchen table so that we could get the work done, but I could still stay with my grandmother in her last days. That's the type of person she is, and I value that so much. It was the Monday after Thanksgiving, and I get a call I get a text at 7 o'clock in the morning. Can we talk? I'm like, sure, I'm up now. What would you think about coming downtown? So I spent a lot of time in the county attorney's office, and now I'm back in this building. And I really appreciate, I think the one passion you and I both have is housing and making sure everybody in this county has a safe and secure place to live. And yesterday I was at the Community Services Retreat, and Reggie, you took the words right out of my mouth. The thing I talked about with all of the staff there was you were the people's administrator. You cared about every citizen of Palm Beach County, and you cared about every employee of Palm Beach County. And that is a special trait that is really going to be irreplaceable in this county. So, Ms. Baker, I love you, and thank you for all of your years of service, all of your dedication to all of us in this room. Thank you.
Do his, whatever he's gonna say.
You can cut her mic now.
I'm a bit nervous, more so than the others.
Tuesday was great. It was a great event. You got to do so much celebrating. What makes today special is with the staff. And the ones in the room, the ones watching, the ones who'll hear the word after. Wanted to take this minute for her, the administrative staff right now that's here. But I want to acknowledge, too, the ones that preceded us, because she's hired a lot of great people through the years. Some have come on and moved off. Worked with a lot of people, your predecessor, Mr. Weissman, others. So many people shaped you, framed you, gave your thought. You moved off paths in other areas, but you always brought on great people. And, of course, we just continue that legacy. But, from my perspective, just speaking for me, this is about 22 and a half years. You give me a couple opportunities through the years. I got to, I was out planning for a while, just kind of minding my own business, and you gave me a chance at PZB to run the department out there, then brought me downtown. Thank you. Thank you so much for all those opportunities through the years. We've done housing, we've done a lot of other things together. Much appreciated. Things you challenged me, challenged all of us. Areas that we might not have worked in, things we learned, pushed us, figure it all out. But I want to say, somewhat on behalf of you to everybody, we got to feel the direct touch ourselves of her work. And I can't begin to tell you, budget meetings or other things, fighting for the raise, Todd touched on it, but fighting for the raises, insurance, a lot of other benefits, just things that benefit all of us as employees. We get to see it directly. A lot of your department heads probably felt it too. But for everybody else, know this, her touch is everywhere. Her touch has been everywhere. And if you haven't felt it directly, you have felt it indirectly. So through her time, rest assured, you have benefited from her tenure greatly, and we all thank you, employees that preceded us, employees that are here now. We thank you so much for it. We have a short video for you.
Oh, we're here. Wrap social services around them. This requires a supermajority.
Outstanding teams come here to compete in our kids. They'll get the best education they can possibly get. So thank you for your support as well.
But we've also been working with other community partners to remain a viable community.
To work together, we're not divided. No one does anything alone.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Power is the ability to achieve purpose. And when purpose meets poetry, when truth walks with intention, when words carry weight, the result is leadership at its highest form. A poet is someone who dares to tell the truth. So is a great leader. Both challenge us to look inward and act outward. And when the words are right, when they're honest, they don't just rhyme, they resonate, they inspire. Today, we honor a woman whose leadership has been nothing short of poetic. Virginia C. Baker, a Florida native, a guiding light, a proud mentor to Delta Sigma Theta sorority, a wife, a mother. She began her journey with Palm Beach County government in 1987 as a budget analyst, but with integrity, with excellence, with vision, she rose through the ranks. Impact Fee Coordinator, Director of Financial Management, Deputy County Administrator. And then in 2015, history was made. She became the first woman and the first African American to lead Palm Beach County government. She improved public services, she kept us safe, she fostered equity, she mentored future leaders, she transformed entire organizations. She gave voice to the voiceless and vision to the unseen. A poet must always be willing to speak up, because a word or a line can save a life. Verdinia's words were never empty. They were backed by action, and her leadership has shaped lives, neighborhoods, and futures. Now, as she prepares to take a well-earned bow. Today, we don't just celebrate a career, we celebrate a legacy, a life of truth, a life of purpose, a life of power.
So as we wrap this one up,
Oh, you are in so much trouble.
well, if you want to talk about trouble, this is her last public gathering. You know, we talked about Tuesday, but I got to tell you, she didn't want to come to our zoning meeting yesterday. But she did call me last night. How'd it go? Whatever. Testament to her again. But as we wrap up Golden Palm, we want to present you with the first and only Royal Palm Award. Got it. With that, we say thank you. Enjoy your last week next week. Enjoy your second to last Friday and those 4 days you're counting. If you haven't seen her office and you see a U-Haul truck, you'll know why. The packing that's going on up there, the stuff, the boxes, it's incredible. But I hope you take this one as something a little bit different because this is from your staff. So thank you very much. Thank you for all you've done for all of us.
Thank you. I'm not often speechless, but lately I'm finding myself that way. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you for all the support over the years. Thank you for the support you've recently given. And thank you for the support you're going to do in the future. You're awesome. I couldn't have asked for a better team, not only at the administrative level, but at every angle in this county. And that is because you care, you're committed, and you love your community. So again, I thank you. And for those that are coming, I think there's a few people that beat me out. Sherry Howard was one of them, so I'm not gonna forgive her. Wayne Condry was the other. But I wish everyone all the best. Your family is first and foremost. Always remember that. Because if you're miserable at home, you're not going to be a good team worker. So we have programs that help all of us. EAP, use it. That's why it's there. Your health is important because you can't support us if you're not healthy. So use your health insurance. And we love you. I love you. Thank you very much. Okay, get back to work, get back to work.